Good morning, everybody. It's been many, many years since I've been back, but it's an incredible, intense honor and pleasure to give this achievement award to Howard Nathan, who's been a friend, a colleague, and a fellow alumnus. Before I read the official citation, I have a few remarks to make. I was reminded when everybody talks about the glory of transplantation, the glory is given to the surgeon or to the implanting team. But what Howard understood very early on, the glory is actually to the donor and to the donor family. That is who needs to be honored. That is why the name of the program is called Gift of Life. Howard has affected so many patients, so many teams, and I can tell you, in that moment of grief when somebody dies, to have the training, to have the structure, for his coordinators to come up and ask for a gift of life, that's life-changing. Excellence can be achieved if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible. Today, Howard, I and many others are indebted to you for showing us excellence.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ro, for traveling up here to give this award. Ro and I actually didn't know each other until he started doing transplants about 20 years ago. And now he's a very distinguished professor and chief of cardiothoracic surgery in the Jefferson Health System. I really feel very fortunate to have forged a career around organ donation and transplantation. As a coordinator, it was my job to be on call 24/7 and to travel to hospitals in 3 states and to make requests for organ donation from families after they had just lost a loved one. It was a difficult job, dealing with sudden loss, but I've always felt that when families said yes to donation, it would help not only the transplant recipients who received the gift, but also those families who gave the gift, hopefully making the worst possible time in their lives to make some sense by giving others a second chance. It's the right place for me. This translates in my work today, making the transition between life and death for families suffering a devastating loss, to help them make a decision that can make a tragedy turn into new lives for others. As just one donor can save as many as 8 people within 24 hours for organ transplant, and as many as 75 others who receive the gifts of tissue transplants, such as corneas that give the gift of sight, skin for healing burn victims, and people who have wounds that don't heal, and bone that is used in repairing spines, knees, and improves their quality of life. It really does change lives, almost instantaneously. I'm proud of my team at Gift of Life. It is a team effort, which is now over 215 people. And we do it in partnership with the transplant surgeons, the transplant teams at the 15 hospitals in our region, and we've saved more than 44,000 lives for organ transplants, and nearly 700,000 people have received life-enhancing tissue transplants. It only works because of the generosity of others from those individuals who gave the gifts. Right now, there are 120,000 people waiting for a transplant in this country, and over 5,500 here in our region in the eastern half of Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, and Delaware. So the job is never done. But being able to orchestrate the transition from someone's deepest loss to new life still gives me chills. Every day, it's a tremendous privilege. Very grateful to be among the folks sitting here, Ellie, Karen, and Michael. And one more thing. I don't know, I'm not going to ask for a raise of hands of who's an organ donor. But it only takes 30 seconds to sign up online, so do it today. Thank you very much.